delay, we're good.
You made
No
it.
delay.
No
It's
delay.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Don't ask me to lead it.
Never again.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome to an in-person meeting. And hopefully we'll have in-person meetings going forward. Okay, did everybody get the minutes from the April meeting?
Yes?
Anybody have any comments on it?
No, they look good.
I have a comment. When we normally do, and I looked today and I couldn't find it, I'm sure, when we normally do the resolutions, we normally put what the amounts are. This sheet of paper should go in with the, remember when we agreed to?
The tax?
The tax.
Oh, okay.
So sure,
I
Sorry.
can add that in, yeah.
please, because the resolution was there, but this should be there as well. That's really what we vote on, is this. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay. Committee reports,
I'm first.
and Councilwoman Deputy Supervisor Zemansky is first.
Yes, I was able to get the stats today, even though the month closed on Saturday. For the month of April, there were 34 calls in the town, in the village of Pelham, 25 calls in the village of Pelham Manor, 3 calls on the Hutch, which totals 62. The backup time for the fly car, which, for the ambulance backup, not for the fly car, which, as you know, is one of the issues that we're discussing, is 7 minutes and 10 seconds. The number comes from our provider, so we are digging deep into how this number is created and put together. So that's one of the issues that we're looking at, so.
Ray, I have a question. When the fly car comes, is the backup isn't always requested? So could it be once the fly car says come?
It is when they, it's from when they call for backup to the time it
Right,
gets there,
okay.
right? Sometimes the patient doesn't wanna go anywhere, doesn't
Right.
have to go anywhere, so they wouldn't call for the backup, it's on the call, yes, you're right.
So it's not from that initial
No, that's the
call,
fly
it's
car, and
from
then the
when
fly car would call for
does it.
backup.
Okay.
Well, I think
No.
also,
They're dispatched.
At the same time?
And then called off. That's
Oh.
what it used to be.
Well,
Call
that's a
off and
clarification then I have to make.
and I also think it.
I don't think it was done that way when we called for my son last summer.
Done the way I'm talking about it, done the
No,
way,
the way you're talking about, it was done the way you were talking
not
about
the,
it,
not
the way
this,
we're
yeah,
That's part of our problem.
yeah, part of the issue, exactly, so that's why we're delving deep
But,
into
but
these.
isn't there a decision made by the fly car on whether it should be BLS or ALS?
They do, they tell them, they
may
should be
tell
telling them, they should be telling them ALS or BLS. Because if they need an ALS and they send the BLS, the paramedics gotta get off the fly car, remember, and get on the ambulance, so. That's a good question, and well, I'll clarify it, thank you. 64% of the calls were answered in 6 minutes and under, and 83 in 7 minutes and under. So it's not really the issue that the fly car is getting there, it's the backup, and what we're gonna do about it. So Dan and I, as you all know, have been exploring, not only with our current provider, but with alternative providers to see what kind of package, as I would say, what kind of package can be put together and presented to us. So that is actually what we're waiting for right now, are 2 responses to see what kind of package
Whatever
can be put
package it's
together.
going to be, it's gonna cost us
Cost
more
us
money.
money.
Because one of the things we have learned during this discussions is that we are a loss leader with Fly Car. I always assumed that they were turning money into gold with the Fly Car and the visits to the hospitals. But we don't have enough visits to make it profitable. They actually break even on what we pay them on the Fly Car. And if they would put an ambulance here, the number we got was $1.1 million,
$1,000,001.
which obviously, that's
I
too
think
much.
Dan fell off his chair.
Yeah, but we are working for a package, and we'll get back to the board when we get that.
You know, the industry itself, and we won't beat a dead horse, but the industry has been decimated. It's not just our provider, it's the industry. It was COVID, it's low wages, it's no career growth.
Yes.
Keep putting, and he keeps layering and layering and layering on top of it. So both providers are trying to do initiatives to recruit early from high school, et cetera, et cetera. Both of them had the same kind of philosophy on that. So hopefully maybe by the next meeting we'll have something to talk about, but, right? That's about where we are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, Councilwoman McLaughlin, Recreation, you must have a lot of things. She's gonna be the longest part of this meeting.
Sorry, I'll talk fast. Pickleball at Hutchinson School was doing very, very, and Colonial. And now they're looking to play outdoors at Julianne's Playground on the tennis courts. They're working with the school to figure out how much that will cost, and because they need to paint the lines. What they'd really like to do is use the blacktop area for both pickleball and basketball, so we're getting more bang for our buck, so to speak. Pickleball is the hottest sport
I know.
across the country now, and everybody wants to play, so we want to be in there.
We should put a team together.
They're working with the special education teacher at Prospect Hill to start an after-school program for children with special needs. The spring rec soccer program started. Numbers are higher than they've been in the last 3 years, so everybody's very excited about that. After-school programs are running very smoothly. The summer day camp is full. Tiny Tots at Prospect Hill and Colonial are full. There are still spots available at Siwanoy. They added a PM sports clinic to help parents who need a full day but got shut out of the full day camp. Children can attend Big Tots from 9 a.m. to noon, and the counselors will have lunch with the group and then bring them to the clinics from 12:30 to 3:30. Sign up for that is on the website. The Easter event in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce was a huge hit, and a great time was had by all. The seniors held their Mother's Day tea today. Next Monday, the Civics will be sponsoring a luncheon for all the seniors. The exercise program is at capacity, so that's exciting. 13 people took round-trip appointment, on the van to their doctor's appointments in April.
13 for the month?
13, which is pretty good. It's down from March, so
Yeah.
hopefully fewer people were sick. And, you had people away, and the Florida crew is just coming back. Pelham Together sponsored an anti-cyberbullying presentation last Thursday to middle schoolers, and then had a community program in the evening for all parents. They had a Trisha Braub, who, I think that's how you spell it, who created an app called Rethink, which you put on top of your social media, so when a kid goes to do an anonymous post, it freezes it and makes them reread it before they post it. So hopefully this will move things along. The crochet project at the gazebo is spreading hope and playing to great reviews. It should be up for another 2 to 3 weeks. June 5th is Summerfest. It will take place along Wolf's Lane. There'll be music, games, and other activities, and a dog parade, which is all exciting.
Is that the same day as civics? Do they do the Olympics in the morning? At the same
The
day?
Olympics is the 4th.
Oh, the 4th, oh, so
Yes,
it's the
on
next
the
day.
on the
It's
Saturday.
a busy weekend.
And lastly, Pelham Together is creating a job board. They are encouraging all local businesses and organizations to post long and short-term paid and community service opportunities. You can post them on the website, there's a Google form, and they'll update it regularly. Students are recommended to check regularly. And lastly, the Village of Pelham Arts Council is looking to send out a calendar for all the activities going on across both villages and the town over the summer. And they are looking for the town of Pelham to contribute no more than $538. We will split it right now with the Village of Pelham, but they're looking to get money from the Picture House, the Arts Center, the Pelham Market, and the Chamber of Commerce also. And then we would advertise all the activities that are going on,
Did I hear Pelham Manor mentioned at all in
No.
there?
because there are no activities.
Oh, well, okay,
But
but
if
my
there
initial
are, they will.
reaction is, it doesn't matter.
That's what I said as well.
My initial reaction, this, I'm just, this,
I
is
said
that
the
these
exact
are
same
townwide
thing.
activities,
That's
they
right.
should be approached for a
I think
contribution.
so
They
too.
benefit everybody.
Period.
They're
End
not
of my
agree.
excluded from the use.
Agree.
And I figured the town activities can be included, anything going on at the library, all the Monday night bands, and music, and all senior events.
Well, we hit the Monday night bands pretty hard. We don't need to pay to get that advertised. There's a big banner that sits in front of the town hall during that whole time. The library, I believe, has their own organ that you send out with your different programs and so on and so forth. So the library really doesn't need that calendar. What this reminds me of is a company called Burbio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I,
Yeah, which is owned by a Pelham family, right?
yeah, the
Right.
roaches.
Right. But they never asked for contributions from us.
That's interesting, because they get it from other towns.
Not
and
from us.
They get it from the school district.
Well, it's maybe, but
Do you
not
know-
from us.
Do you know Dennis, Karen?
Yep,
So,
and Julie,
so
and Julie.
I think the board needs to decide what you want to do here. Is it worth $538 or whatever the, $538 for
It
us to?
sounds like it would be more like 300.
Well, it says only if they
Yes.
get 5 sponsors that pay $75 to
as-
$100 each.
I think we should also approach Pelham Manor and,
Well, I don't know if it's our job to approach Pelham Manor.
no, it would be theirs, not
Okay.
ours.
And I don't think Pelham Manor has activities.
It
No,
has
it's the
one.
town has activities, right? That includes Pelham Manor.
The village of Pelham has activities.
Oh.
I'm saying the village of Pelham Manor, does anybody know any activities?
Other than the fireworks.
Oh, in Shore Park.
What are
Which the
what
Village
are
of Pelham
what
can't
is the
go
Village
to.
of Pelham?
Yes,
They
they
can
can
go
go
to
to
for the VC, actually.
I
Is it
think you're
the
right.
VC?
The village of Pelham doesn't,
Pelham Manor.
village of Pelham Manor doesn't do fireworks as
No.
far as I know.
Oh, you're
That's-
allowed to
The New York
just go into.
AC
The
does
New York
that,
AC.
and then let them
Correct.
go there and watch.
So I'm, you know,
They don't really do anything.
Interesting.
That's really interesting.
So,
But what does the Village of Pelham do?
well, the
They
village,
do
okay,
the
you
Wolf's
wanna,
Lane Park,
Yeah.
the Wolf's Walk.
Wolf's Walk.
but the art center's for the whole town.
I mean,
The
some
art
people-
center's not just for the Village of Pelham. That's what I
Exactly.
reacted
Well, we
to.
give
I
a
agree with
donation,
that. I
to the- or
agree
we
with
give a stipend to the arts.
Yes,
Center.
Yes, we
no,
do.
I know. I think they have, why are they doing this if Burbio exists? That would be one of my
it's,
questions.
okay. From what Lisa Robb has sent to us, it's a summer mailer that is just,
Oh, just a summer mailer, summer activities.
that's going to all 10803 residences.
Second my point.
Spread the word, yeah.
It is you do live in a 10803, don't you?
And so do I.
So I guess the question is, do we want to participate just because we are the town and agree to fund it by up to $538? I think we should have a motion.
Are you gonna
When do they need a
Is this,
decision by?
is the Arts
This week.
Council
Oh,
different
God.
from the Arts Center?
Yes,
Yes.
the Arts
Yes.
Council is part of the village, it's a, they are.
It's a committee.
Oh,
The Pelham.
Like, they have the
22, because we don't know
sustainable
who else is
committee,
doing
they
it.
have
okay.
this
It's
committee.
becoming a little clearer.
I mean,
Prisoners
Lisa's
Alliance.
working hard on it. She's looking at it as a townwide thing.
But it's more like a fairness type of thing.
Do we have,
When do we have to make that decision?
They said this week. That's what she was looking for.
So somebody needs a motion to
Well,
approve up to $500 to,
I'll make a motion to approve up to $500 for the mailer.
second?
can I second with a caveat?
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Can I second
That
with
every-
with an
Well, why don't you-
apostrophe?
Right, I
Why
was
don't
gonna
you
say the exact
second?
same thing.
why don't you
Okay, I'll second and then we can
we'll
have
discuss.
discussion. Okay, I second.
Go ahead, discussion.
Discussions?
Okay. She has to reach out to Pelham Manor. If she doesn't, then I'm not going for the $500.
Right, with every effort be made
Yeah.
that, you know, the manor being included.
Included in it.
Yeah.
what's the total cost, Karen?
The total cost is $1,200, and we would pay
Well,
Of that,
so we should say.
where it being
so-
asked $530.
So then perhaps we lower our threshold to entice other,
Entities.
to help us.
Yeah.
So that if, cause if we say 500,
Uh,
they'll only,
Okay, good point.
so maybe we say we'll pay up to 300.
300.
And let the other folks.
Do you want to revise the motion?
Supervisor, what do we do now?
Well, we'd have to withdraw the motion.
Okay,
Okay.
I withdraw the motion.
Okay,
okay.
So
we-
now,
go ahead.
I make a motion that we contribute up to $300 to this initiative of the newsletter with the okay, I made the motion, then I have to stop,
Second.
right?
I second.
Discussion?
They have to reach out to Pelham Manor.
So if they don't get anything from Pelham Manor, we're not gonna give the 300?
I think we'd be covered, if it's up to 300, we'd be covered, because
Yeah.
it's implied that
Yeah.
you're gonna need other people to contribute,
right.
including the manor, so we might be just fine saying 300, and then you don't get it from other sources, then.
You're
that's
on
it.
your own.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Any other further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that takes care of that one. Do you have anything more, Kara?
Check that I covered everything. Yes, I am
You're done?
covered everything. Thank you.
Okay, Councilwoman Burke.
So I just want one question, Kara.
Yes.
They are also doing a special needs program for summer camp?
Yes.
Is this the first time that they're doing that?
There is one part of the Southwest Chester Consortium.
Okay.
And that's over in the Eastchester
Okay.
area. They're doing a program here at Hutch, I believe.
And are they getting good
I believe,
responses
Yes.
and
yes.
activity? Okay, good.
That's a great idea.
And the after-school program has been in demand.
Great, that's great, thank you.
All right.
Okay, all right.
You are on.
Okay, so moving on, so Justices Gardner and Kagan are going to be visiting the jail and juvenile detention center. Actually, I guess they're required to do that on May 17th. Landlord-tenant cases are continuing to be filed post, now that the emergency rental assistance program has ended. Governor Hochul made some changes to bail reform laws. I don't actually know any of the details, and he hasn't gotten any of the details. But they're gonna get the actual text soon, so, you know, I'll certainly work with them if they need any help or information with that. Masks are still actually required in the courthouses right now, so required by the Office of Court Administration, and they are on staggered schedules. It's just been working really, really well, so they're just really gonna keep that. So the last time we talked about whether employees need to be trained for the sexual harassment,
Oh, yes, yeah.
I don't think that that's the intention of the law. I feel like it uses the term employees, and I don't, even though we have tax, receive tax, whatever, file taxes, I don't know. But I guess I'm wondering, I wonder if we could maybe ask another town,
Sure.
just to cover all of our
What about the
bases.
Association
The
of
sexual
Towns?
harassment
Yeah,
law
we can ask
that
them.
requires all
Somebody else.
employees to be trained, and the New York State law.
I was wondering about us, does that
Right.
include us? Do we have to do it?
It probably does. And this is just from my experience at work. They're kind of like everybody. I mean, anyone who has any connection with anything.
We're done.
Well, then I'll send everybody the link.
Yeah, yeah,
Kristen was wonderful in helping me put
Yeah.
it together and getting it.
yeah.
So I'll send everybody the link and
Yeah,
we'll do it.
couldn't hurt to err on the side of caution
Yeah,
anyway
no,
with this,
right,
certainly.
And we
Yeah,
can send
okay.
Rudy our form that just said that we did it. And
Okay.
Thank you, Rudy. Yes, Augusta.
Sorry, can I ask a question? The library employees will do it, but do the library board of trustees need to do it?
Well, that's a good, there we go.
Turn
I
it
don't
to you,
know.
Tom.
No, they meet once a month.
I don't know. So do we.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
That means the rec board would have to do it
Really
too.
doubt it. I really believe that's like getting to be beyond. I don't know, I could do a little research.
Well, it's definitely
Just ask
employees.
Rich Zuckerman. I
Whether-
can just ask Rich Zuckerman.
Yeah.
That would
He'll
be
give me an
helpful.
answer
That would
in
be
30
helpful.
seconds.
That'd be great, yeah.
Why don't you do that and then let us
And then
know?
I'll let everybody
Okay,
know.
great.
Augusta, I'll let you know.
And we're okay time-wise, I mean, it's by October 1st is sort of what they
Yeah,
consider
it's
the
like a-
year, so, you know, we're pretty okay. Okay, so then I have the reports. We didn't have any last month, but now we've caught up. So for the month of February 2022, for Justice Kagan, receivable in the amount of $56,271. For Justice Gardner, for the month of February 2022, he received an amount of $15,294. For Justice Kagan, for the month of March 2022, received an amount of $14,878. And Justice Gardner, for the month of March 2022, received an amount of $44,020. Okay, and the monthly receiver of taxes report for this is for the month of March 2022, town county taxes. Did I not do this last month?
Darlene didn't have it because.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's right. Yep, okay. Okay, so March 2022, town county taxes received for 2021 are the amount of $2,499.78. School taxes received an amount of $175,902.34. School collection fee, $1,477.59. Penalties and interest, $31,884.32. Liens, $69,830.78. I can't talk tonight, I'm very sorry. Taxpayers agreement, $4,878.02. Miscellaneous, $605. Pro ratas, $2,042.45 for a total received of $289,120.28. One more, bear with me, I'll go as fast as I can. For the month of April 2022, town county taxes for 2022 are $12,408,774.69. Town county taxes for 2021 are $5,412.56. School taxes are $79,849.86. School collection fee, $673.73. Duplicate payments for the town, $23,749.34. Penalties and interest, $10,129.21. Miscellaneous, $156. Pro ratas, $2,957.46 for a total of $12,531,702.85. And I have a brief update for the clean energy community. So at the last meeting, Dan suggested, Supervisor McLaughlin suggested I talk to Mary Ann Joyce to give us a little feedback about how we can actually file for this and the paperwork. She directed me to a woman named Gabrielle Sasson, who was on the Village Sustainability Board. I had a very long conversation with her. She gave me a lot of great information. And she's actually redirected me to someone else who will be helping me get this started. And so I'll circle back. Hopefully by next town board meeting, we will have submitted some documents. But she thinks we're on a very good path to be able to get some grant money. But urges us to do it soon because they do run out.
Nice, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Councilwoman Curtin on the library.
The library is operating as normal. There's two new librarians on the staff that just joined. Colette Stewart T. Roberts is a new adult services librarian, and Kathy Palovic is the new youth services librarian. So that's exciting.
Great.
Just a few highlights of their May programming, and there's really a lot there to do, so I really want to applaud the library for all of the programming that they're giving to the community. For May, they're starting a 3-part mindfulness meditation on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. I'm assuming, is that via Zoom? Via Zoom, which is great. Did you all know that on Sunday, May 15th, there's a total eclipse of the moon taking place?
No.
And you can see the whole thing from Pelham.
No way.
So on Friday, the library is having a program with meteorologist Joe Rayo from 6 to 7
Ooh.
p.m. And he'll tell you what it looks like, where to see it.
Great.
So I think that's pretty cool. We should get this information into the schools too, so that they know all about it. I'm sure they get the newsletter. And then also the library is still giving out free COVID tests, courtesy of Westchester County. You just need to go to the library during open hours to pick it up. And that's my report on the library. We have a library trustee meeting tomorrow night.
Regarding these tests, the Recreation Department is handing out tests as well.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
And we have tests here if you need them as well. So Ruth Ann is the keeper of the ones here. Callie is the ones at the Recreation and the library.
Has there been a lot of demand?
A fair amount, it goes in waves, but we have a good supply of it.
And if we need any more supplies, we can get them. If we do this thing with Lisa, make sure you get all your programs.
Yeah, the problem with that, 'cause I already spoke to her, is she only wants ones that are, are repeat programs, and so it's pretty much just our children's story time, because most of our other programs are one-offs. They're looking for regular things on the calendar.
Huh, that stinks.
I wasn't aware of
Wait,
that.
is that right?
That's not
That's
how
what
I
Lisa told me.
heard
That
it.
seems kind of the
Yeah.
opposite of what I thought the intent of this was.
That's,
Yeah,
I think it would be robust.
right,
For the
full of
summer.
everything in the
Yeah,
summer.
Right. Or the things we wouldn't otherwise know about.
Right.
a mailing, a calendar of free summer events.
Yeah.
Event sounds like a unique circumstance.
Well, that needs to be clarified.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
well, let's do
Yeah.
that, because the library has really good programming.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Can I mention one other thing?
Yeah.
Can you what?
Can I mention something else?
Uh,
About the
Okay.
library? Okay. So we just added one more program that might be of interest, you might wanna put it on your website possibly. We just added for the month of May, Stop the Bleed classes.
Oh, I saw
Which are
that. Yeah.
emergency training for massive bleeding until help arrives.
Oh, yeah.
I think Peter Seibert had advertised on Facebook and got a tremendous response.
Yeah.
So he said, oh, do it at the library. So it's gonna be offered every Thursday, and twice on Saturdays. It's really
Wow.
neat to take the class.
That's
But you have to
amazing.
sign up through our website.
Well, on our website, we don't,
Have a link?
I should ask you, do we have a link to?
We often highlight the library's programming, and then we can link over, so we can do that. We can highlight it there and link over, so I'll make sure that gets up there. I'll work with
Thank
Molly
you.
and,
It's
We
sad
did
that there
update
was such
the,
a great response to that
Yeah.
program.
We
It's
had
a sad
the
thing.
COVID,
I'm happy, but
tests,
it's
we had
a
the,
sad thing.
that they were
At the library.
at the library, but that they were expiring in May. So we updated the website. Problem is my Facebook page can't be changed, so we'll get it right the next month. I'm gonna do the next month's report May, and we'll have the right information.
yeah.
Just don't update it. so
You
it's
update,
wrong.
yeah, okay, we're good, I'm sorry, we're good.
Okay. A couple of things. that I think are important. The first thing I would like to ask, I sent everybody, subsequent to the meeting, the thing on the certiorari. Did anybody have any questions on that?
No.
It was an interesting background. Normally you get 2 pages and they just say, this is what we said, but that's why I sent that, okay. As a public service announcement, there's going to be a Board of Education election on the day of the budget vote, and there's 6 people running for 3 positions. And to me, as a taxpayer, I don't want to say we're nothing compared to them, but I think that's the most important election that goes on in this town. They have the biggest budget. They have the most impact on your children and real estate. And I think everybody should get out and vote and get to know who these people are. Now, unfortunately, tonight, the PTA had all 6 of them speak for 5 minutes each and on Zoom, and unfortunately, we're here. But they're going to do it again next Monday.
Yes, that's right.
So
It's
I
in
would,
person at Alumni Hall next week.
right. I would encourage everybody to, and any of your associates, that they need to vote. It's very important, as far as I'm concerned.
Also, to add to that, Supervisor McLaughlin, anyone can vote. You don't have to have children in the school.
Absolutely.
So
Good
that's
point.
that's a little bit of a, sometimes that's a misnomer. People think, oh,
That's
I
a
have to.
really good point.
Yeah.
That's a really
You
good
don't have, you
point.
could have little tiny kids, you could have grown children, you still, if you live here, you can vote. If you rent, you can vote.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's 2 votes this time. There's actually 3 votes. There's the election of the board, there's the budget, and there's the vote on whether we will allow the
The reserve.
Capital
reserve.
That's right.
So it's a really important vote, and people should understand that that's, to me, one of the most important votes. Another thing that I've observed, and this is,
One
yes,
Supervisor McLaughlin, why don't you tell them what date and where?
well, it's, all the voting is done in the high school gym. And is it May 16th or
May
May
17th.
May 17th. And I think that they're open from 7 to 9, I believe.
Correct.
So, and, you know, right now, let me just, there's 6 people, and this is the way they're listed. Number 1 is Jackie DeAngelis. Number 2, by the way, they picked it out of a hat. That's how she became number 1. There's Eileen Miller, who's number 2, Natalie Marrero, who's number 3, Paula Wood, who's number 4, Teresa Mohan, who's number 5, and Will Treves is number 6. That's how they're listed. It's only listed that way because it was taken out of a hat. Should I say anything else?
But Maura, do you know when the voter registration, was that
Today.
today?
That was today from 4 to 6, but I think, I'll find out, maybe we could put it on the website too, to tell people where to vote, when to vote, timing and that kind of thing, but I will also put that in. I think you might be able to do it, I don't wanna say there's another opportunity.
You could put this on the, I'll give this to you, and that's, it says, everything that you just asked me that I guessed on is here. 7 to 9, May 17th. And I'll give this to you.
Oh, 7 to 9, okay.
5 females and 1 male.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's correct. That's correct. That's all I have. Do we have any other public comment? I told you it'd be a quick meeting.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to end the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.